Thanks for tuning in today to our Dice Dad Games Fate Core intro game of the month. In Dice Dad Games, we have a dungeon master, or I guess he would be a storyteller, since that's what non D&D guys tend to be called. From Warlocks Sanctum Games, this dude Matthew, he is a really highly rated paid dungeon master, and he is running an introduction for the Fate Core game for us, which is a tabletop RPG. So this is going to be a one shot with pre-made characters, and it's just here to teach us and to all of you who decide to watch a little bit on how to play the game Fate. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hop over and give it to Matthew and the party. All right, I am in here, everybody. We are live on Twitch. This is Matthew from Warlock Sanctum Games. He's going to be running our game today. And this is our wonderful party. I'll let you all introduce yourselves whenever Matthew's ready for that. But I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I hope you all enjoy your game. I'll definitely be watching and taking notes. I bought some really cool Fate dice today, so I'm excited to get to learn how to use them.
Anyone who's out of the loop on that?
Yeah. I think I accidentally closed them because I thought it was glitching out, so my bad.
It's all good. I can make them pop back up again.
That is relatable.
Okay.
My apologies, stream. I had the audio, it wasn't muted, but I had the audio levels for them turned all the way down, and I didn't realize it until just now. So they've just done this lovely intro where Matthew introduced himself and all this stuff, and like they were talking about their characters, and you all didn't hear any of it. So we're gonna redo that. I apologize. Technical difficulty, hopefully out of the way. Let's hope that this is the only one. Go ahead
Cool.
and back from the top, please. I apologize again.
TLDR,
So-
I'm Cobra. I've been playing with Dice Dad Games now for a few weeks on their Friday Adventure League game with Weeb, which has been great, the D&D game. And I was happy to see that Fate was on the docket, and I just wanted to try it out and hang out with y'all. So
All right.
My name is
Go ahead.
Sapphire or Steven. Seems actually my name. I've been on Dice to Serve for a few months now, having a lot of fun hanging out, really getting back into RPGs. It's a wonderful community. I'm glad I'm joining, and I'm also
Really
thank you,
getting
Matthew,
back into
for running this
RPGs.
tutorial for us
It's a wonderful
again.
community.
I
I'm glad
can't
I
wait to
joined.
get the Just of Fate system.
Right, who wants to introduce themselves next?
The
Hey,
stage fright is real.
Right,
Yeah,
Lord O'Purple.
all right, I'll go ahead. Hi, I'm Edwin. Good to meet you guys. Glad to be here. I'm a GM for hire on StartPlaying Games, and I run a channel on YouTube and Twitch.tv/When Can We Play, where we play a variety of RPGs. And as I said, I am really thankful and excited that Matthew has done this for us because I was looking for a Fate game, and lo and behold, he reached out to my life and he found me. I like to think you found me specifically, Matthew. Thank you.
Who are you on Roll20, Lord O'Purple, by the way?
Am I not? Oh, it's on Roll20. My screen name is When Can We Play because I use it
Gotcha.
professionally.
Okay, perfect. I found you. Sweet.
Right, Anubis, did you want to just say hello again?
Alright, so I've never played any tabletop RPGs and I've been wanting to for a while and just looking forward to it.
Excellent. And I think the only one left is Omnicron.
I'm Nathan. I'm new here. I may or may not know what I'm doing, and it's not as funny as the first time.
Oh, it's even funnier than the first time.
All right, and everyone, if as you've probably guessed, I'm Matthew Pose from StartPlaying.Games. I'm here on Dice Dad's channel to introduce new games to people, hopefully at least once a month. This month we're starting with Fate, and they had the character sheets pop up for everyone. To give a little background, you're coming from a little village called Blux that has survived a heavy storm like they have never seen before. It's been a week since the storm has stopped. They haven't heard from any nearby towns or villages or even seen travelers. No one's sure what has happened, and the best the village can offer has come together and been voluntold to go out into the world and find out what is going on. So to accomplish this, we have the 5 characters that are just pre-gens. You will see the Squire, which has already been grabbed by Cobra. We have the Blacksmith, the Farmhand, the Rat Catcher, and the Scribe. Who wanted to play what?
I'm trying to figure out how to grab them.
No, you just tell me which one you want, and I will add it to you alone.
I don't know.
I'd like to play the Scribe.
All right. Sorry, I'm not used to voices yet. Who
Oh,
called
that's perfectly fine. For When Can We Play?
Excellent. So I'm just gonna adjust that so you're the only one seeing the stuff that pops up for the Scribe. And that's 2 claimed. So while others are discussing, I'm going to go over the quick basics of what your character sheet has here. So you'll notice everyone on the top right-hand corner of the character sheet, you'll see fate points. These are tokens that simulate a lot of the system. What they're used for is if you have an aspect, which is the next section, that can make things better or worse, you can spend fate points to either add a +2, subtract 2 from Other people can spend it to subtract 2 from your roll or to re-roll one of your rolls. So for the audience at home, we'll take a quick look at the blacksmith here. High concept is the stoic blacksmith of Lux. So they're both a blacksmith and very stoic, so if they had to keep their mouth shut or work with their hands, they could spend a fate point to get a +2 or re-roll a roll. These characters have 3 types of aspects: high concept, who they are; a trouble, something that causes them stress or problems in life; and a tie to the village of Lux, why the village is so important and you're not just going to run off. Next section you'll see is skills. The character skills have already been selected. With Roll20 you can simply click on the skill. If you have any bonuses from one thing or another, you put it in there and hit submit, and it'll do the roll for you. So as you can see, Dice Dad rolled the blacksmith's crafting. Crafting is already at a 4. 2 of the dice came up with negatives, so it came up as a full 2 in the end.
Okay.
Alright, so pretty simple how the skills work. The skills are what they sound like. I'll go through them, look at the blacksmiths to give everyone a quick view of what the skills are. I'm sorry for the huge info dump at the beginning, but there's crafts, which is building; physique, which is what you consider strength in D&D or stamina, as well as constitution; rapport, getting people to like you, getting along with people; athletics is your ability to move quickly, dodge, acrobatics; empathy is your ability to understand other people's emotional intentions and how they're doing; fight is close combat; lore is basically knowledge skills; notice is perception; provoke is getting people to either dislike you, getting under their skin, basically getting on their nerves. It also could be intimidation, any negative emotional response in a social situation. Ride, pretty self-explanatory. Burglary is breaking and entering. Contacts is knowing a lot of people and getting information. Deceive is lying or tricking people. Investigate is searching an area. Resources is pulling on, it's what your character has. It's kind of like an equipment thing or like a purchasing skill. So if it's a piece of equipment that your high concept wouldn't normally have with them, we determine the difficulty and resources, give it a quick roll, and that would determine if you had it or not. Shoot is long range attacks. Stealth is moving around quietly and being unseen. And will is your mental fortitude. Now that we've had a huge info dump, how is everyone doing?
I think I want to be the farmhand. That's going to be Senpai, which Steven on the server, so in the Roll20 at the moment.
Alright.
Yeah, I can't help but make the parallels to D&D, and I am thinking that skills seem to be related to like what attributes would be in D&D.
So I will be the farmhand, so I can close out these other characters.
Yep. So that leaves the blacksmith and the rat catcher for the remaining 2.
I'm
So-
fine with going either of them.
Alright. Nathan, have you grabbed one yet?
Nice. Can you say the 2 that are available again?
Blacksmith and rat catcher.
I'll go with blacksmith, please.
Alright. Anubis, that leaves you with the rat catcher for today. Now, going down below, you'll notice under your skills is stunts. Everyone's stunts are unique. They are kind of like your special abilities. This could be anything from magic to special techniques. Given all these characters are very down to the earth mentality, they have pretty simple ones. Like the scribe is, I've read about this before when attempting to overcome an obstacle with lore. They get a +2 if they could have read about the situation before. So that comes down to the 4 types of roles, which I'm going to get into very quickly, then we're going to get off into the adventure. In Fate, you roll in 4 different situations. When you're trying to create an advantage, when you're trying to overcome an obstacle or difficulty, when you're attacking something, or defending yourself from attack. I know it sounds pretty simple, and confusing at the same time, but as we play, I think it'll become very clear. Anyone have any questions before we keep pushing forward?
I think I'm following it so far.
Yeah, can you remind me what fate points do?
Alright, so fate points, some people have stunts that need fate points, but the main thing they're used for is to activate your aspects. If you think your aspect can give you a benefit, or you can use someone else's aspect to give them a disadvantage, you spend your fate points to either bestow
Thanks
a
for the follow, Live by
-2
Sin.
or a reroll.
Alright, thanks.
No problem.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that you invoke your aspects is by just being creative about that sentence that's written there and trying to somehow link it to the stories. Did I get that right?
Absolutely. As well, if I wanted to put you in a bad situation, I could offer you a fate point. You can say, yeah, I'll put myself in that situation, and that's how you get fate points back. Like someone bad with money, I could say, you owe this guy money, a lot of money. You're gonna do him a favor, and if you agree, you take the fate point. If not, you'd spend a fate point to be like, no, I'm gonna negate that aspect of my character for now.
Ah, interesting.
So they're kind of narrative buttons.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh, one more question about the environment. And forgive me if I'm getting ahead of myself. Do you explain at some point what type of like setting this is? Is it sci-fi? Is it kind of like fantasy?
Oh.
Is it neither?
It is kind of a rundown medieval style where
Okay.
the idea of magic exists, but this little town wouldn't have much of it.
Gotcha.
So it's 2.
So one last setup thing I'd like to do is, could everyone pick out a token from the page to represent your character for tonight?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like. Can I ping in this?
You should be able to click and hold down the button and it should ping, like this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll get this little blue guy on the right.
Alright, so that's for Cobra.
I'll take the top one if no one wants it.
No problem. And Cobra, what are you playing today? The Squire, correct?
Yes, the Squire. Yep.
Excellent. And who claimed the top one here?
Lewis.
Alright, you're playing the rat catcher today, correct?
Yep.
Alright. So you should be able to move them back and forth now.
How do you
Anyone
claim
else?
the token?
Just ping it or tell me which one you want.
Just see what they look like.
I'll go with this one.
Alright, Nathan. And you're playing the
Blacksmith.
blacksmith. Thank you very much.
I got this one.
So Steven, and you're playing the farmhand?
Farmhand.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
and
thanks
that's
so much for the
Homer.
follow,
I'll
Clairehead.
be, I'll be this handsome bearded guy with the suit.
All right.
It's great.
Scribe. All right, and that gives me all the characters.
How's everybody's hot colored and mine not? Interesting. I'll fix it.
I think that might be the token itself.
Yeah.
It probably.
Yeah, some of the tokens are colored, some are not. I like to give lots of options for quick one-shots.
Shout out to the Blades in the Dark tokens I'm noticing.
Yes, they are. It is one of the games I've run. I find it quite entertaining for a fantasy-style heist game set in the far, far future of a broken world.
Matthew, what's the most fun system you've played with recently that you've had a lot of fun with?
Oh, geez, everything. Wicked Ones. I've had a lot of fun with Wicked Ones recently, actually.
Nice.
I expected him to say Fate Core, which you can enjoy with me if you sign up on startplaying.games.
I know far more systems than I could ever run in a month.
Oh, awesome. I respect it.
All right, guys. So here we are,
Sweet.
leaving your small village to the rolling countryside. It does not look as nice as this picture portrays, but this is what you would normally see. It is rolling hills, little trees here and there, lots of farmland. You guys have traveled maybe a couple kilometers from your village. You have probably all known each other since a young age. And it's way in the distance when you hear coming from, you think, over this hill here.
Sorry, what did we hear?
Oh, did it not come through?
No. It kind of like cuts off. It's like sounds like a little bark.
Oh, okay. Well, since my voice modulator isn't working great, you guys hear a scream over that hill.
Oh, okay.
Oh, naturally.
So I assume we're all together, and I look at everyone
Yeah,
and I
you're
say, let's go ahead and let's find out what that came from. That didn't sound right.
Oh, yes, I will say that many horror stories and adventures start with exactly this scenario. But very well. Someone lead the way.
So
And he
I'm
takes a step back.
assuming that I'm on a
Ain't
horse.
much, but it's honest work, and I go over the hill. I roll my sleeves.
If I'm on a horse, I ride over there.
Yeah, if it makes sense for your character to have a horse, you'd have it, like the squire or farmhand could easily have one.
It's a donkey.
I write in my book, and they gallantly strolled over the hill towards the source of distress.
So you pass over this rolling hill. You don't see anyone who is in distress. You don't see anything out of the ordinary other than just a standing wall.
I angrily start Xing out from my book.
As you approach, the light seems to dim in the sky. It was midday as you came out. It shouldn't be getting dark already.
Something ain't right. Something definitely ain't right. It should be noon. Not dark time now. And I look at the sun, and I look at the ground, and I say, it should be about noon.
Is the sun still normally visible right now, or is it blocked off by clouds?
So you look up. It looks like the sun is almost setting. You approach this.
Was it daylight prior?
It was.
Or
You
midday?
guys ran up the hill, and as you're descending over this hill, the sun is almost setting. You can visibly see it sinking. You walked. Stop. Seems to stop moving.
Something definitely ain't right.
Yeah, Matthew, I just wanted to say you're cutting out a little bit. You might want to check your threshold settings on Discord.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I was told it was picking up too much. I've turned the automatic sensitivity off, so I'm just adjusting it now. How is it at this point?
It's
Perfect.
fine.
I can hear you
Pretty
great.
good.
Loud and
Okay,
clear.
good.
I look
Right.
at my fellow villagers. Something definitely ain't right.
I would like to see if I can use any of my skills to ascertain a bit more information from what's happening. I believe lore may be useful here.
Absolutely. So, what you would do, this is going to be an overcome check because you're trying to overcome what you're trying to figure out. So you're going to give a quick lore roll. We're going to set the difficulty to 4 because this is definitely unnatural.
Okay. And do I just click on the lore and leave the field empty, the input value empty?
Yep. Yep.
I assume it adds the +1 automatically, right?
It will add whatever your lore rating is, yes.
Right. Yeah, mine's at +1. Okay. Rolling. Here we go.
All right, so you rack your brain and nothing's coming to mind what could cause this. The sun has a daily cycle, been the same every day.
So how did you get the dice like that again? I must have missed a point.
Oh, okay. So on your character sheet, you'll see all your skills lined up in a pyramid. You can
Okay.
click on any of those skills, and it'll bring up the prompt to roll.
Okay. So, for example, we notice. Okay, so what would I roll for something like that? Just curiosity. So
The
you-
squire was rolling lore to see if he could come up with any clues of what might be causing that.
Okay. I just was unsure what like what how to roll, so now I know how to roll. I guess that makes it easier.
I
Yeah.
could maybe investigate the wall to see if there is any way over it or any way around it.
Well, the wall itself, you can walk around it, but it's just the sun started setting as you approach. If you want to continue approaching, you're more than welcome to.
Alright.
I have a question, if I may.
Yes.
Are we able to? Are we able multiple people to make the same attempt at a roll? Like, if he did not succeed with that lore roll, is someone else able to attempt lore, or do we have to attempt another skill?
That you could absolutely attempt lore. There could be situations like, say, he was building a ladder and he broke the materials that would make it different. But for the most part, if it makes sense, yes, multiple people can attempt the same thing.
Okay, I believe I've read about this. And am I able to use that stunt with a lore
Absolutely.
roll?
Absolutely.
So do I spend a fate point? It doesn't ask me for one.
If it doesn't ask for one, it doesn't cost one.
Wonderful. Okay, so I just click lore here and
Yeah.
add +2.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Okay. Wow, how'd that work out? You had 3 plus 2. That doesn't work out. What happened here?
Oh, it could be because I typed +2. One moment. Let me try again. Sorry.
Yeah, let's just try with 2. There you go.
There we go. Fantastic. I have read about this, right?
All right, so, Edwin the Scribe, you've read about lots of magics. And with that roll, you would know that this wall must be some kind of warning to some kind of magical place. Now, you've lived around here your whole life. You've never heard of the farmlands having an entrance to somewhere magical, but the changing of the natural reality as you approach definitely indicates something.
I absolutely indicate to my compatriots that there is magic at play. We are not going crazy. Something is causing something is causing nightfall to occur at a much sooner hour.
You don't say. Something wasn't right.
We have to investigate. I suggest we press forward and find the source of this vile wizardry.
I believe you're correct. We have not found the source of the distress call.
I third this
Alright.
decision.
Distress call. What genre am I in? What am I doing?
It all works. It all works. Genre's really
Can't
hammered out
get
after
into
the
my
first few
farm
games.
when it's dark outside.
All right, friends. So, do we want to continue over the wall or around? How
To
do
the
we want to
wall.
proceed? Let's
I would
walk
like-
forward.
I would like to use my athletics to attempt to climb the wall.
All right, so as you get to the wall, it gets very dark. You can see a lantern at the foot, and give me an athletics.
Ha. Everybody?
Well, whoever
Yep.
the one trying to climb the wall. Yeah, you get off your horse and you start climbing this wall without a problem.
Huh.
And you guys see the squire go over the wall, and once he passes over the top, he's just gone. This wall is maybe 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. You walk around, it just looks like a wall on the other side, but the squire seems to be gone.
Are you alive,
Go
Sir
up the wall,
Squire?
then.
If it is possible for me to yell back, then yes, I say yes. I'm fine. Come and climb
We
over.
will get what happened to you in a moment.
Okay.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Dear Lord.
Can I investigate the lantern?
Absolutely. Click on it on the thing and move it. Do what you want with it.
I see some
Oh,
kind of
goodness.
text on the wall.
Well, great.
What is this? Hold on, my friends. Hold on.
Holding on.
Should I read? Shall I read what it says for y'all?
Please.
Yeah.
All right, so it says, "Warning to those that enter, I am not of the mind to entertain. Mess not with my creations, for they do not know you, nor can, well, sorry, nor can, I can't, the other can's in the way. Nor care for you, for your safety. Please do not steal my hay. Steal my hay, SEAL, my hay."
Huh.
How would one seal hay?
That is that's a very fair question. Um,
I believe whoever wrote this may have been attempting to write steal.
Well, clearly
All right,
someone
well-
stole the tea.
all right. Well, you can steal the tea, but not the hay. Well, I suppose that's not really a reason not to climb over. We just don't steal the hay and we don't mess with any creations.
Wouldn't the wall be a creation though? Considering we can't see our squad anymore.
Oof, that is a point. GM, I don't know if this would be metagamey. Am I able to sit at the top of the wall and just try to peer over?
Who's asking?
The scribe.
You could certainly try. Give me an athletics.
Oh man, that is so very not my strong suit.
I can
Now,
translate.
something you could do is there's things called advantages, which are kind of like pre-built aspects. So if you have another skill you think could give you an advantage, you could roll that first and try and generate a aspect that could help you.
So could I investigate for some footholds and handholds in the wall?
That's exactly how that works.
Awesome, thank you. Okay.
All right, so give me an investigate. It's going to be difficulty 2. All right, so you beat the difficulty by 2. So if you were to normally do it, you get a aspect for the scene or for the on the object. In this case, it would be like footholds is now an aspect on the scene. When you succeed with style, which is getting 2 or more on the difficulty, you not only get 1 free invoke, you get 2. So you have 2 times that you can use this aspect without having to spend your fate points. You could also grant it to other people.
Wonderful. I
Does
pointed
that
out
make any
to.
sense?
I believe so. So it's a scene. It's like basically an object in the scene that's usable right now. This description of footholds.
I missed that. How did we
Yeah.
get to that? How do we get to that aspect or to that
All right,
element?
we have 4 types of actions. One of them is created advantage. What the Edwin did was he investigated to find footholds. Since he passed the difficulty with style, if he had passed it, he'd find an aspect on the scene called footholds, and have 1 free use before needing to spend fate points. Because he passed by 2, there's 2 free uses for him to use and generate and give, so he could give 1 to others if he wanted.
I see. Cool. Yeah, I
Now,
haven't
the thing
gotten to
about
that part of the book yet.
Fair. Now, the thing about these aspects and advantages is you can use the pluses after you roll.
Oh, okay. So I can roll and then decide if I want to burn or use that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I would love
And
to roll an
you can
athletics
stack.
control.
Absolutely. You can also stack aspects. So if you had an aspect on your character and an aspect on the scene, you could use both and get the +4.
I tell my companions, there appear to be footholds forming a path up the wall. Observe! And I'd like to use athletics to climb.
Right, so
And
it's only difficulty 2.
Okay.
I have a question. Go ahead.
What was
Finish what
the
you're
question?
saying.
Oh, I apologize.
I'm a farmer, so what would I roll? Because I'm probably naturally swole. I see this physique.
You could use.
What is that?
You could justify physique or athletics. Athletics would be dexterously climbing up. Physique would be you're just strong enough to pull yourself up the wall.
That's what I was. So I could do that, right? I could just pull myself up this wall if I need be, right?
It seems that it's only 10 feet high. It's lots of little footholds.
Okay, so I'm
Now-
gonna go ahead and do that.
All right, give me a physique. Meanwhile, I will deal with.
So I have +4. So how does that work when I put it in?
So when you click on it, you just don't put any modifiers, and it'll add +4 to your roll.
So when you put what do you submit? What dice? Nothing.
Nothing. It should do all the calculations for you.
Did I do that right? Probably not.
Yeah. No, you got it absolutely right.
Fair. With a 2, I guess.
No, that shouldn't be right. It should be higher.
Yeah, if you hover
Yeah.
over it, it tells you the how it came up with it beforehand.
Did you put anything in the?
No, I have. There's just a 0 there already. So
Weird. All right, I'll take a look at it in a minute, but I'm just gonna narrate this. So yeah, the farmhand you climb up no problem. Scribe, you're having a struggle of a time. Now you can invoke the handholds, or if you have another aspect on your sheet, you could invoke to either get a +2 or re-roll. But a +2 is not going to bring you up to a 2 to be able to climb this wall. So what do you want to do?
Am I able to use both of the aspect I created?
No, each aspect can only be used once.
I understand.
However, it's not necessarily a fail, it just means there'll be a cost. So we need to bring that number up to +2.
it's just
So what we could do is I can make an offer of you spend stress to get that high.
All right.
What if
I
someone
definitely...
helped? What if someone helped pull him up? Like, say
yeah,
if I'm
I
like,
was thinking that.
It would be the same
So-
as creating an aspect. So we've already got the farm hand up there, or someone could give him a push from underneath to
I could.
create another advantage.
Yeah, the black
I-
could throw.
I'll let my hand down for our scribe.
All right, why don't you give me a physique and see if you can pull him up?
What's the work? Input value rating +4 +0, so it's just nothing. You said don't put anything in it. There it goes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just being weird. Good 3.
All right, that time it worked properly. So you pull him up, and everyone below you're watching for a few minutes as the farm hand and the scribe vanish. They didn't go over the wall; they just looked over.
I'd like to point out, I think I'm the only one that hasn't climbed up the wall yet.
Oh no, I'm still waiting.
So it's the two of you there.
Well, considering everyone else climbed up, I don't see why I can't.
Hold on. Can I look on the wall? Can I investigate on the wall if there's like any weak points to destroy the wall?
Yeah, give me an investigation. That's that difficulty to that to 4. There's definitely magic at work here hiding something. Alright, so you're looking up and down this wall, and it just seems to be a wall.
I could have told you that.
You don't say. I guess I try jumping over the wall then.
Alright, give me an athletics or physique.
This has been a very intense boss fight.
Alright, and the
The
rat catcher
greatest
jumps
enemy
up.
of mortal men. Oh,
The Great Wall.
Not as bad as the unsuspicious door. Alright, so
Don't get me started on gazebos.
the rat catcher makes a running jump, right, scuttles up to the top easily, and is gone.
and then it's just me.
Yep, what do you do?
I guess I'll climb up using physique.
Alright, give me the roll.
Did this
Just
GM
make-
just... Sorry,
just
go
make-
on.
Let's make sure I'm getting this right. When I click on physique, do I type the number in or do I leave this as it is?
Just leave as is.
Right.
Alright, yeah, you crawl over. And despite you all going at different times, you all find yourself stepping through some double doors
Oh
into
god,
this.
it's a door.
Now,
My worst enemy.
to give a quick explanation of this map and how Fate zones work, Fate doesn't use the 5-foot step like a lot of tactical systems. It uses zones. So you will see doors and chains. The chains are not actually there, they're just marking off the different zones that you're standing in. So without moving, you can move anywhere within the zone here, and you can see the chain up here.
Yeah.
That just shows you're all within this area. Everything within this area is within melee range of itself. The little white squares are because the doors don't always show up well in the dynamic lighting, so it's just noting where there's a door.
And then that little thing in the center that has a funny shape.
Yeah,
That
that's a
seems to
real funny shape.
be a lit up fire on the ground. Oh, right. That's fair. Let's get something appropriate. We got a monitoring eye or something?
Oh, you're not playing Dice Dad? Ran out of spots?
No, we ran out of spots. I stepped out of
Oh,
to let somebody else play.
I would totally give you my spot if I was more aware.
Oh no, it's cool. I run the community, man. I want you guys to play in the games.
Is I was saying,
Alright.
I have to leave about 10 minutes prior to the thing's over. That's why I was just
Well,
like,
that's not too
This
bad.
is not going to go the full 3 hours. These tend to go 2 or 3 hours. It's just a quick introduction to the game system.
Oh,
So
that
you
looks
should be good.
cool. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
going
so
back
you're
to
this
muted.
little- Yep.
So you said that that's a fire in the center.
Yeah, it's kind of lit up and burning.
Interesting. So I would like to, I guess, let's see. Crestfallen trained squire is my aspect. I'm just trying to understand here when the phrase crestfallen, meaning that there was something he's disappointed about that happened in his past, something that.
Likely. Something that's
Okay.
made him very sad recently.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm not gonna. So I'll probably just use the investigate skill to see if I can safely ascertain what this fire is all about.
Alright, so just move the token up to the fire and give me a quick investigate. All right, it looks like fire.
Okay.
Well done, sir.
I believe there's a fire up front here, friends.
I write in my book, the fire did appear to be fire.
Put your hand on it.
I double dog dare you to put your hand on it.
Let's see.
I would like to give one of the knobs on these door or handles a jiggle to see if they open that way.
All right, which one you working on?
This one on the right. And mind you, I don't want to commit to opening it, just testing the handle, if there's a handle like that.
There is certainly a handle.
Okay.
Yeah, it moves pretty easily.
I turn to the squire, I shrug, and I slowly open the door and peer inside.
All right, door opens.
I pull my sword out just to be ready, just in case.
If you would like to gallantly stroll inside, please be my guest.
Very well. Stand back. I move inside. It appears to be a room.
Oh no.
Oh no. Dear gods. Doors upon doors.
Can I investigate this bottom door?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Any keyholes or anything I can look through?
Hey, give me an investigation. Alright, so you find a good crack in the door, and I'm just gonna move your token for a sec so you can take a peek in. This is what you can see.
It looks like there's 2 frogs inside.
I beg your pardon.
Did you say frogs?
Yes.
As in
frogs.
the ribbit kind?
Yes. With swords.
As opposed to the non-ribbit kind.
It's frogs with swords.
The green
No,
thing
that's a
is
frog.
Dice Dad. Oh. Well, let me double check the settings. All right.
So was it the scribe that had the knowledge check earlier that did the? Is that you, Lord O'Purple?
Um,
Someone
maybe?
someone used like did a knowledge check earlier on and saw that the fog or whatever was not natural. I believe it was you.
It was not. I did not check the frogs.
No? Okay, someone.
I
Yeah,
checked the frogs.
No, not the frogs. I'm sorry. I meant the fog
Oh.
earlier, or the fire, whatever was on the,
Oh,
on
the
the
fire?
village. Yeah.
That was the squire, I think.
No, I'm the squire.
Oh.
I'm gonna assume it's the scribe anyway, so I turn to the scribe and say, does your knowledge of things say anything about magical frogs?
Oh yes. Am I able to? Would it be cheap to invoke my aspect again? That I've read about this.
Yeah, that stunt can be used as often as it applies.
Beautiful. I say, I believe I do recall that I've read about this, and I would like to investigate this circle for anything I have read about it. Oh, sorry, not the circle.
The frogs
lore.
that the rat catcher. Yeah.
Yes, this would be a lore roll. My apologies.
All right, so is the scribe going to take a peek in and try and see if he understands what it is?
All right. Yeah, I can't just go on a description, can I? Yes, I would love to peek in.
All right, I'm just going to move you so you can see for a split second.
Oh, they're adorable. That's out of character.
I see
Yeah.
these things. I'm like out here.
Yes, I would love to roll a lore skill roll.
Yeah. All right, so those aren't frogs. Those are constructs of some kind. They're made out of metal. They probably some kind of guards. Whoever was here knows magic of some kind. Terrifying
Say.
magic.
Anyone got a hammer?
I don't believe we should interact with them. Do you not remember the glowing hidden text on the wall? I believe we could do this discreetly.
Do you feel that we can go into the room without disturbing these creatures?
Well, what about this door?
Ah, yes, that door.
All right, I am going to go ahead and peek my head in this one as well.
All right, so give me a quick investigation. See if you can find an easy way to look through without having to open it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so
Great.
take a peek inside and
What on earth? There appears to be a worm, a lizard. It's big, very large. I was terrified, and I did not wish to look upon it longer.
Okay.
It looks like our options are limited unless we want to go over the fire circle on the ground.
Well, there is still the other door across the hall. Shall we try that
Yeah.
one? Mr. Blacksmith, I believe you are closest to the door. Would you be kind to investigate if this is a door that we may go through?
I can try, but I can't guarantee I'll do well.
well,
Do your
the
best.
blacksmith could always just open it too.
that as well.
Just take it down.
All
Just
right.
kick it in. Show who's boss.
I'm guessing physique for kicking it down.
Sure.
All right.
I was joking, but I love your enthusiasm.
All right, so the blacksmith puts his boot to this door. It splinters and shatters and falls down. It's open.
All right. I'm going in.
Right, looking inside, the place is very picked up and immaculate. It looks like it's been recently cleaned.
I investigate the duck if I can. Is that the duck?
Absolutely. It is definitely a rubber duck. Give me an
That's a duck.
investigation.
Oh man. And are these are these chips? These things? I can't ping right now, but next to me.
Looks like playing cards to me.
Yeah,
We
that's
got
a deck.
a duck, some playing cards. The chain is the only thing that's not there. They will show up should combat initiate.
Gotcha. And what about this series of squares on the lower right?
I was about to say that.
They are large stone panels on the ground.
Panel.
Stone panels. I want to investigate that. Actually, you know what? I want to use.
Can
I want to use lore because I have a bit more expertise on that. I guess.
Okay, lore is knowing stuff, so it would have to be something you read or heard about.
What about notice? I have notice as well.
Yeah, notice is perception.
Okay, so
You want to give me a notice and take a glance around the room? Alright, so Squire, you're looking around and you can see one of these panels here are loose.
interesting.
I pull this lever.
Oh no!
Alright. You guys hear
You've doomed us
a
all, man.
large crash and click and sound.
Oops. Oh dear. And I push it back quickly, hoping no one noticed.
The creepers
And-
are upon us.
Like it was this big clank when you pulled it, and you push it back, and it's just loose, and whatever it's done is done.
Oh, my, I believe we best be moving on. There's nothing of interest here.
Wait! I must check this
Hold on.
panel. There's a
Hold on.
loose panel down here.
Oh yes, let's look over there, away from this. Yes.
I gently pry open this thing.
All right, there seems to be a tunnel down there,
A tunnel.
big enough for someone to probably squeeze through and crawl.
Whoa.
Okay,
Okay.
hold on. Can I throw the rubber ducky down?
Absolutely. And as you pick up the rubber duck, you see 3 coins fall: a silver, a black, and a gold coin.
Whoa.
I'll take that before anyone notices.
Pretty sure we're a bit late on the noticing thing.
All right, so if anyone wants to go through the tunnel, let me know. But I think the rat catcher's throwing a rubber ducky down it.
Wait to see how far it goes before we hear a squeak.
Well, it only goes down about 5 feet. It's not very far.
Oh.
Okay.
As you
Okay,
pause and look around, you realize you have no idea where the light sources are coming from in here. Nothing's too dark to see, but there's no torches, there's no windows.
Well, I like to think I have a radiant glow.
Hey, whatever helps them sleep.
Probably not a perpetual glowing. All right. Well, let's venture forth then, right? Nothing to be gained dilly-dallying about here. And I jump down the hole.
Oh jeez.
All right, so the scribe is crawling through the hole.
And I
Gonna
just
move
stand
you
at the
off
mouth of the
and get
hole.
the other side.
I stand at the mouth of the hole and yell, "Do you see anything interesting down there, Mr. Scribe?"
Do I see anything?
Yeah, you see a tunnel. You follow
Hmm.
it.
Nothing yet. Just a long, endless tunnel.
All right, keep going. Oh, we'll stay up here. So you see anything?
Right.
Why are you
Eventually-
doing that with your voice? I can hear you just fine.
You eventually pop up underneath this structure here.
Oh. Are those books?
Yeah, you look over and this whole room looks like it's been ransacked. The books are all over the place. There's scribbling on some of them. Some of the pages are torn out.
I'd love to. Oh, wait. First, I should shout down. I would like to shout that through the tunnel. It seems to be safe for the moment. There seems to have been a struggle. I am going to investigate these books to see if I can decipher what they were looking for.
All right, so I yell, while you're doing that, we're gonna keep looking around, okay? And then I move back out here and notice that apparently the fire's gone.
I wonder who did that.
Oh, that's incredible. I wish someone was able to tell me that.
Yeah, I believe that lever.
So,
Uh,
so the farmhand is like, "I'm gonna keep you safe," and he's gonna lift up the panel and cover the panel.
Trapping
He's
down
gonna
there.
walk out.
Can I investigate the stone panels?
If you want to take a closer look at these ones. Meanwhile, Mr.
assuming-
Scribe, you inspect these books, and a lot of them seem to be the basic understanding of different magic. A lot of it is with more practical than any, or more theory than any use of magic, but it seems to be at least a theme among these books. These would probably be worth a small fortune to like a small farm person like you.
Oh, I excitedly gather up any that I can that are like pocket-sized, easy to fit in my bag or on my person.
Meanwhile, those of you who cross over where the fire emblem were, hear this. And you can see out of this hay, these 4 little spiders come crawling out.
Oh god.
Oh,
There
snap.
be
Uh-oh.
spiders.
All right.
Okay.
So, to give a quicker and jump into combat real quick. Basically, combat is based off people's notice. So I'm just going to ask for everyone's notice.
Okay.
Yeah, just give a quick roll.
Oh man, I split the party. What have I done? I'm sorry, you guys. You deserve better.
Nah, it's all right. It's fun.
Hey, it's all good.
Unexpected.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably only going to go badly for me.
My notice, I guess, is average, which is +1.
So we got Ratcatcher. Is that notice for initiative?
Yep.
All right. And I'm also going to need it from who am I missing? Farmhand and Scribe, in case he starts, deciding he wants to step in as noise starts happening.
My guy got a 2. It's fair.
Yeah.
He's average, man.
All right. So how this works, I was talking about the chains earlier. There's dividing the different zones as well as the doors. So each turn you have, you can move one zone without making any roll and take an action. Now, if you wanted to move more, you would tell me where you're attempting to go, and it'd be a difficulty of 2 + 2 for every extra zone beyond the second. If you fail, you don't make any progress. I know it sounds complicated, but are we following?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Simple
so
enough.
Farmhand, you're up first. Scribe, you still
So
need to roll.
So to move,
So you can move your
Run it
token
back.
to any zone. You're
Okay.
in a zone right now.
Okay.
Anywhere there's a chain shows the divide between zones.
So this is one zone, right?
So like here, here, and here is all the same zone. That chain separates the 2 zones.
Do we want to punch these spiders, or do we want to go the other way, guys?
I'd like to punch some spiders. I hate spiders.
So if I cross the zone, what happens there?
You are now in the other zone. You're able to use fight. Ranged weapons are going to be a little difficult.
We'll fight. Why not? Farmhand doesn't
Right.
like spiders. They
Right,
ruin his
so move.
crops.
Anywhere in that zone you want. And if you want to fight, give me a roll of a fight against the spider.
Let's see what my fight is. I didn't. My guy's character. Let's see. Oh, it's fair. It's a fair man. Likes to punch fair. Fight. I don't know. Mediocre, I
Alright.
guess. At a +2.
So, not quite the most dangerous man.
No, he's fair. Okay. He punches. He probably just starts like, I'm assuming just like doing like the little like step here, step there.
So, just a quick thing. I don't know if I went over the dice rules. In Fate, you're rolling 4 dice. 2 sides have a minus, 2 sides have a plus, and 2 are blank. You take that and add whatever your skill is. So, for your particular roll, you roll 2 minuses and 2 blanks. So, with your +2, grand total is 0.
Ah.
Anyways, moving down, Mr. Blacksmith, do you wish to do something?
Yeah, sorry, Matthew. I guess the important thing here to mention is that the pluses cancel out the minuses,
Mm-hmm.
and then
I'm
the
aware.
blanks do nothing.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I'm just
first and
hoping anyone
foremost,
watching. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'd like to move in range to actually see what they're seeing. Oh, how far can I?
I'm sorry, it's coming through very garbled for me for a sec. What was that?
I'd like to move, and how far can I go?
So you can move one zone without making a roll. If you want to move more, it's going to be an athletics check.
And the chain in front of me is sorry.
Marking a different zone, yes.
Okay. I'd like
So
to move
go
into that zone.
here. All right, so you can move in there without a problem. Get a grasp of the situation.
Okay.
And then you still have an action. Now, note, it doesn't have to be a combat action. If you can think of a different skill that would allow you to bolster something or help someone or create an advantage, that's also a possibility.
GM, should I have rolled a notice despite not being there?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'll go ahead and do that.
I think I'll just move closer and then the other front line.
All right.
I'll go just before the next zone, so it's still right there. Is that good? Fine.
Yeah. So, Mr. Farmhand, these spiders begin to leap.
Yeah, okay.
And what they're going to do is they're going to make fight checks. So the one not on the farmhand, I'll roll first, and then the other three will be against the farmhand.
Okay. Oh,
So
spider fought me average.
any that rolled 1 or higher count as possibly hitting you. So you'd pick a skill, either usually it's athletics to defend or fight, and you try and defend yourself. Defending is a reactionary thing. But every
What
time
about
you
his feet
defend,
to like jump out of the way?
Yeah.
Athletic.
but every time you use
good.
Every time you use the same skill for a defense in a combat round between your turns, you get a cumulative -1. Just so you're
Okay.
aware. But only one hit you and one hit the blacksmith, so I'm going to need defense rolls from both of you.
Whatever we decide that would be good for us to defend. Like
Mhm.
either if it's dodging away or
Using fight to counter or something, yes.
I'll go with fight.
Alright, give me a roll.
Hey!
Alright, so yeah, you not only counter, you counter with style, giving you a free invoke, which means you can get a free use of a advantage or an aspect in this combat. And farmhand.
I'm trying to debate with this. I guess I could just do fight. Probably just mediocre every time though. I guess it's physique maybe to just kind of like dodge out of the way. What would that be?
Well, it would be athletics to dodge out of the way. Physique is your endurance, and that's reflected in your physical stress. Like how you have very different numbers for your stress ratings.
Athletics final to dodge out of the way. Okay. It's average.
Alright, so you tied them. So it'll have a free invoke against you next time, but it does not harm you. So, moving down the list, we have the rat catcher and the scribe. Scribe, you can hear a lot happening outside your door. You can hear your friends shouting, little sounds of something running across the stone floor.
Oh my! Oh my! I'd like outside this door. Outside my door.
Yep.
Oh goodness! All right, I'm gonna go ahead and. Oh man, I'm not a fighter. I brandish my book and slowly open the door. Okay, it all looks safe. Everything looks safe and clear.
Yeah, the
And
noise is coming from over here.
How many
Alright, so
spaces may I move?
You can move one zone without making an athletics roll, which you've done. The doors and the chains separate the different zones today.
Oh, my companions need my help! And I'd love to make an athletics roll to attempt to move another zone.
Alright, so you need a 2 or higher. Give it a roll.
Oh,
Alright.
-1. All right.
So not only are you not going to make it,
He
you're going to take a
tumbles.
point of physical stress right now for the one zone you did make.
I'll be right there.
So, something we didn't touch on in the beginning clearly. Stress is on your character sheet. It represents you getting tired or reaching your limits, not actual injury. Those are consequences. If you take stress and you can't fill it, you either put it in consequences or you're taken out of the battle. Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, combat for both social and physical are dealt with the same way. You'll notice you have different kinds of stress, so it may be taken out of the battle, it may be taken out of the scene. It all depends. Understood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, one other caveat, you can always decide before taking any stress that you want to be removed from the scene and make a declaration like, I leave with this book, or you get to say one fact of what your character accomplishes by being taken out of the dangerous situation, or I survived this 20-foot fall, but you have to remove yourself at the same time. All right?
And is that
think that makes sense.
is that permanent? That's just for this combat round, right? Or this combat session?
That would just be for the combat scene, so the fight with the
Gotcha.
spiders, for example.
Okay, gotcha. So if
But-
there's another
but you
fight,
can
that person
always-
would be there.
Yeah, you can always push yourself. Like, that's what it comes down to. Fate gives you the players a lot of narrative control.
Cool.
All right, Ratcatcher, you're up.
Oh, sorry. Hmm. I guess I tried deceiving the spiders by throwing a rock behind them.
You're trying to deceive them? Yeah, that would be probably creating an advantage. Distraction. So roll me a deceive.
Alright. By the way, just a question.
Yes.
What are stunts? And how do I use them?
Okay, everyone has a unique set of stunts. The Ratcatcher, they are basically special abilities for your character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what you're doing right now, Tricky Critters, your deceive works for that. So when you roll it, you'll add +2 to it.
Yeah.
Your second one is just a plague. It lets you spend a fate point to ignore any effects or chance of catching sickness. But your first one is what we're looking at. And so basically you'll hit deceive, you'll put a 2 in the modifiers, and when you roll, it'll give you a +2 on this. Now, since you're using it on a bean, they will roll their probably notice to see if they see the trick or not. But let's give the deceive with the +2. All right, and they will roll a notice to see if they counter it. Nope. Nope. So that's succeeding with style. So you have 2 uses of this distraction that you could use as an aspect for yourself or your allies. Or use it on your enemies to make them reroll or have a mishap. So, with that said, Squire, you're up.
All right. So, I don't see anything in the way of an inventory, but is it safe to assume that as a squire, I have some sort of crossbow or bow or some sort of ranged weapon?
Absolutely would make sense. Anything that would make sense for your high concept would make sense. And as a trained squire, you would probably have a crossbow.
Awesome. Sweet.
We were just traveling back to village, or how was it working? I just try to figure out, like...
You were leaving the village. The village hasn't heard from anyone in a week. They want to know if the kingdom's still here. You're some Blackwater village. There should be traders picking up crops and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Tax
But
collectors haven't shown up.
cool. It turns out that
Okay, that is weird.
shooting is not my I'm only mediocre at it. So, but I am actually great at fighting, and I get a +2 if I use my master's blade.
Mhm.
So that's a pretty big bonus. So I'm just gonna I'm still within this zone, so I'm just gonna move up to the spider next to the blacksmith and engage it.
Yeah, give it a roll.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm adding that +2, I actually do write 2 on the
Correct. You put 2 in the modifier, and
right.
then it will dodge with its athletics.
Okay. The spider will. Okay. Question: if that were a negative, would I just write negative in the number?
Like -1, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so here we go.
But apparently pluses we don't put in. All right, so you rolled a 0, but your bonus was that much, so you beat it by 3. So you inflicted severe harm to it. These are just lesser beings, so they don't have stress or consequences, so you take this one out.
Awesome.
So,
Mr.
this
Blacksmith,
brings us
are
all...
you okay?
I'm fine. The farmhand, however.
Yeah,
We'll take care of him
farmhand,
next.
you're crawling with these spiders. What do you do?
I'm crawling? They knocked me over?
You're one with the spiders now.
Well,
Embrace
there's
it.
3 of them
Would
on
I
you.
have
They're
some
about
type of satchel? When it comes to the satchel, just like basic, like farmhand tools and whatnot.
Absolutely. You would have taken what... You would have packed light, but it would have been what you would think you would need on the road.
So we're like it's like how like would it have bug repellent like stuff you would spray on yourself or whatnot?
Well, these are
Or
mechanical bugs, but if you wanted something like that, we would probably get asked for a resources roll.
no, I was just
Gotcha.
I mean I'll probably have like a basic like a shut like a sickle
Pitchfork.
or anything like that like
Mhm.
pitchfork sickle anything like my normal like farmhand tools, right?
Yeah, anything you could pack into a bag, maybe carrying like a pitchfork or some other, maybe a rake or something as well. Maybe just whatever you'd be carrying on your person.
I mean, it's just a satchel. I don't think I would be carrying a pitchfork. I might
A
actually,
sickle
since
is
we were
pretty cool.
traveling unknown, maybe from Ariel, and I was just yeah. I would say I'm probably sickle. I would say like one that would cut down like barley
Yeah.
with or something.
Yeah. So that would just be taken into account of your fight skill anyways, so you don't need to worry about adding any modifiers.
Oh yeah.
But if
Okay.
you wanted
Cool.
something more fancy, like you wanted to create an advantage, like a very sharp sickle, you could roll resources and try and create an advantage this round.
Sure, I'll roll resources. I have +0 to it, so but we'll try. Why
Right.
not?
So we're looking for a 2. All right.
Never gonna
You rolled
happen.
resources. You rolled 2. However, you are a farmhand as your high concept. You could invoke your aspect to bump that up by 2.
Sure, we'll evoke my aspect then.
All right. So
Energetic farmhand.
you've created this sharpened. Out of character, you've created this sharpened sickle. In character, it just happened to be in your bag, and it has 1
Okay.
free invoke.
Okay.
So you rummage through your bag, kind of pushing these spiders off and pull out this crazy sickle. And we're going to jump to the next person, Mr. Blacksmith.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming because I'm a blacksmith, I probably have the most variety in what weapon I can choose to have. Something similar.
Probably, but it just works based off your stats unless you would do either a craft or resource roll to put a advantage on it. But yeah, you could justify probably any weapon in your hands.
Okay.
Just most weapons don't have a mechanical benefit unless they're either enchanted in some way or you do some work on them or something.
In that case, from where I am right now, would I be in range to hit the closest spider to me?
Alright, so you're in a different zone, but you can move one zone each turn. Like, these zones represent this whole area here, not
Yeah.
just where they're standing. That just is kind of a representation of what's happening. But you could
Yeah.
move right past them into this zone without a problem.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna move on the other side of the spiders from where they are right now and try and hit one of them off of farm.
Alright? So yeah, just move into that zone, give me a quick fight. If you roll higher than 0, they'll try and dodge. Alright. So a difference of 6, so how damage works is usually the difference between the dodge and the attack is the amount of stress they take. Like I've said
Okay.
before, these spiders don't have any stress, so they're just taken out with a blow. Right. And now as the spiders go, seeing two enemies, they split up, hoping to take each one down. So against the blacksmith, that's a 2. And against the farmhand, that's a 3. How are you guys defending yourself?
Trying to think for. I think I just want to. What would I roll with it? Just kind of roll with the damage.
We could do athletics to try and go with the blow, or fight, just your fighting style. We could. Where are some of the other ones? That's really about it at this point.
Is there anything hanging like on the ceiling by any chance? Anything like that? Like loose chains, loose
Give me a
rope.
quick notice. This isn't going to count as an action, you're just taking a quick look around.
Average at 1.
Not here. It seems to be pretty standard, 10 feet high,
Okay.
stone ceiling. Looking a lot
I'll
like
just
the
go
outer
ahead.
walls.
Yeah, I was gonna mention 10 feet, like the wall.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
I'll go ahead and just roll with it, I guess, then.
Yeah.
So, athletics.
Yep.
I don't think that's fair at 2.
Alright, so it rolled a 3 against your fair, so you're going to take 1 point of physical stress.
Okay.
So you check off the lowest stress box that can satisfy 1 point.
I did.
Yep, and then blacksmith, we also need the 2 against you. How did you want to defend against that?
Could I go with physique and try and tank the hit?
Unfortunately, physique is covered with your physical stress boxes.
Yeah.
So unless you have a special stunt or something, it isn't usually used for defense, I don't think.
Alright. In that case...
And I could be completely misremembering. It has been a couple years since I've run this. But yeah, pick something else for now.
Yeah. In that case, I'll go with athletics and try to dodge the hit.
Not so
So
good.
the difference is 3, so you have to spend a minimum of a 3-point stress.
Okay.
Now, thankfully, as the blacksmith, you have a lot of stress to spend, so
Yep.
you're still in good shape. But we're gonna move down.
My stress
to
is 4. What is the blacksmith stress? I'm curious.
5.
That's not bad. We're not too different there. I have 4, you have 5. Makes sense. People that work out in the freaking work with tools and work their body to the bone.
Difference is you have 3 stress points left to handle. I've only got 2 left.
Alright, so we have the rat catcher and the scribe next. What do you guys want to do?
So we're able to move and attempt a skill roll?
Yep, move in action.
Oh, hi, I found you. Well, what in God's name is that? And
Give
I
a
would like...
better view to the audience.
Oh,
I would like... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Ratcatcher.
nothing.
Alright, I have a stunt called a Touch of Magic, where I can spend a fate point to create an aspect. Does that mean I could create, per se, like an electric field aspect or something that someone could use?
Yeah, just remember it costs fate points to take advantage of these aspects. But yes.
That's fine, because I am not a fighter, so that's about all I can do to help my friends here. Yes, I would love to do that. I quickly pull out a book and reading through some old text I wrote down, I'd like to touch the floor and create an electrical field that they could easily push the spiders on.
Alright, so bring your fate points down by 1, and this entire zone has an electrical field under the scribe's control.
Awesome!
And Ratcatcher, what do you want to do? You have this electrical field you could use. You have your distraction thing. What did you want to do?
Good question. Since they do look like mechanical spiders,
Mm-hmm.
the electrical field's probably gonna do something good. So, wait. So, what exactly is the electric field? Electrical field.
So it's an advantage that the scribe has created. So it
Yeah.
works very much like an aspect with when your team needs it, he can invoke it to give an advantage to a roll, or cause a disadvantage to the enemy's roll, much like your distraction.
Yeah.
So if he chooses to fight the spider, I can invoke my electrical field to help, in theory?
Yep, and you can choose to do that after you see the results of the rolls.
So cool. Okay.
Okay, so I could invoke
You.
my distraction, right? On the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And I do that. How exactly?
Alright, so after you decide on an action on like what you're going to do,
Yeah.
you would then see if I can describe this well. You decide what you're going to do. You do the roll. If
Yeah.
the roll isn't as high as you want it to, you can tag your distraction to give you a +2 or a reroll.
Okay. Can I also do that to my teammates?
You can also do that on your teammates' roll. Anything that the distraction could give an advantage on.
Okay.
We're basically going heavy support here.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Fate is a great game for like team ups and working together. I've run a superheroes campaign once and it was just fabulous.
Yeah, I love the picture that he's distracting the spiders while they unknowingly step towards my electric field.
Mm-hmm. And for if you wanted to do something like that to cause them harm, it would be a provoke because you're trying to get them to do something.
Okay.
Just as an example.
Could I pick up and throw one of them in the electrical field? If
Yeah,
I
that
get
would
close.
probably be. That would either be like a physiques or a shoot or a fight.
So I get to go through one zone for free, right?
Yep, you can move into another zone for free. Now, just even though everyone's piled up here, that doesn't mean you can't move in and move like way over here without a problem. If no one's creating an obstacle for you to actually stop you, which it would be a type of advantage, then you're good to move in
I
and
guess.
interact with the zone. All right, so what are you going to do as the rat catcher?
I guess I can take like one of the spiders off the farmhand and throw it in the electrical field.
Yeah,
Do it. I've
That
got your back.
that fall under either shoot or physique, right?
or fight.
Okay,
Like,
well
I
I've
can
got a
see
bit of
arguments for all of
those.
them. All right, but you have a lot of things you can tag, so we'll see the results. We'll see what the enemy rolls and decide what you want to do. All right, so we got a 1 to start, and now the enemy is going to roll. As I find them again, to attempt to dodge. So we have a 2. Now you can tag distraction to give you +2, and if the scribe allows the electrical field to give a +2, bringing your 1 to a 5, if you wanted.
And
That's a
additional 2 over the success means it does extra advantages?
It does extra damage or creates an extra invoke you can use on one of your aspects in the scene.
Okay. I will invoke. Well, would you like me to invoke the field, friend, or would you like me to save it?
I'd say save it. I'll invoke my distraction.
Okay.
Right, so that's one of the 2 invokes that you made, and that's more than enough to destroy this spider. And yeah, that's the scribe, the rat catcher, squire. They're doing all the heroic stuff without you.
Is it my turn now that I hear?
Yeah, the squire.
Okay, cool. So I notice all these shenanigans that are happening here. and I kind of want to try to take advantage of it. So I guess this is both my intent and a question, if it's possible. Can I throw my sword using my fighting skill at that last fighter, if I'm looking at it correctly?
I don't see why not. That makes sense to me.
Cool.
You get
Alright.
style points if you do.
All right. So yeah. So and I'm the reason I'm asking this is because I know that I have a shoot skill, but I'm looking at it as I'm wondering if I can use my fight instead of the shoot in this scenario with the sword. If that would make sense.
I could see an argument for it, and as a one shot, I'm not going to worry too heavily on it. If
Okay.
a
Cool.
GM was more strict, they could make the argument that no, because it's ranged to shoot. But I'm
Right.
okay
Okay.
with it right now.
Gotcha. And would that still, since I'm still wielding my master's sword, would that still grant me the +2 bonus as well?
It sure
There are
would.
plenty of arguments. And people like, since you're throwing it, it would be athletics.
You
Right.
could
Right.
also make
Right.
the argument, yeah. But
Yeah. I
for
guess
the
at this
sake of
point.
it,
Yeah. I guess at this
Yeah, I was
point,
just saying,
you're
I was
right.
just giving another example.
The game master would be at discretion here, so I think that would be the
yeah.
case. Cool.
Yeah, I don't want to say that it's always going to be okay because there could be game masters out there watching right now being like, you son of a...
All right, so I got a
Right.
good.
All right, so the thing almost dodged out of the way. The tip of it kind of catches it and finishes it off. And that's the end of the spider. So the scene
Sweet.
ends. Any tags that were situational to the scene also end. So the distraction is gone. The static shield's still in the zone, but I imagine the scribe will be releasing it to not hurt his friends.
Yes, absolutely.
I just realized I have a craft skill.
Yeah. The blacksmith?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not the blacksmith. Farmhand is a craft skill also.
Yep.
Makes
There's
sense.
18 skills in Fate, and you start with, what is it, 10 of them? So there is going to be some overlap, just at different levels.
Can I
So
invest?
before I forget, I walk over and grab my sword and sheath it.
Right. What were you trying to say before?
One of these robotic spiders.
Can I investigate the hay to see if there's
Yeah.
anything like inside it or behind it?
Absolutely. So you investigate the hay, and you pull out some strange piece of paper, and as you do, everyone's sight kind of fades away for a second.
Oh no.
And you all suddenly see this. You're standing around a table, and you hear this.
The task is simple. If you had to organize 3 types of coins, what would be in the mystery circle? We have silver, coal, and gold. None may touch their own. Fear not, the wrong choice will only cost a finger, my lord.
Everyone hear that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's puzzle
don't-
time. I like puzzles.
So I should probably mention I stole some coins.
It was cutting in and out, by the way, for me.
Yeah, it was for me as well.
I heard it clear.
Yeah.
The task is simple. If you had to organize 3 types of coins, what would be in the mystery circle? We have silver, coal, and gold. None may touch their own. Fear not, the wrong choice will only cost a finger, my lord.
Yeah, finger.
That's what it said.
Yeah, I can't meet that. So could you not?
Yeah. Do you? Is there a way you could perchance print that on the chat so that I can
Yeah.
read it?
Yeah, just let me find the note where I took that from, and I will create a handout for you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Because it's just cutting in and out a lot.
Silver,
Yeah.
coal.
It's still
and
fine.
gold.
It high connection on your end.
But it's happening for me as well, so it might not be.
I hear it fine. Crystal clear for me.
Yeah.
So
Right. So
none
you
may
should be
touch
able
the
to see it. You should be able to see the instructions on the screen now.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you.
Excellent. Everyone can see the handout?
Yeah.
So you guys are standing around this table. As you look around, it's all black around you, except for the 5 of you, the table, and this little board here.
And what would go in the mystery circle?
I assume the mystery circle is the question mark.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you
it
guys heard
says,
the voiceover?
okay, test simple. If you have organized 3 types of coin and wood. Mystery, we had silver, coal, and gold. None may touch their own. Fear not the wrong circle. I mean, are these grayish things the silver?
They seem gray.
I
They seemed
believe
like they
so.
would hold a coin.
Right, and then the golden one is the only
Yeah.
one that's actually there, right? There's
Yeah.
only one gold.
This yellow one here is actually a gold coin placed in one of the little containers.
Gotcha.
Can I try stealing it?
Wow. Okay. So they.
Yeah, give me
Really?
a quick burglary.
Wait, you're gonna take the?
No.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
The rat catchers become the rat.
So I'm thinking. Let's see.
All right. So, take 2 physical stress as you see like a flash of energy strike out at your rat catcher.
Ow.
That's what
Whoa.
you get.
So, so what would it take to, like, I guess we're trying to figure out solve this puzzle.
Well, I have 1 silver, 1 black, and 1 gold coin that I found under the rubber duck.
It did say none may touch the road, so you can't influence it with your own money.
No, I think that meant like a silver coin can't be next to a silver coin, or like
Yeah.
a gold.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What check would
Uh,
it normally be to solve a puzzle?
It would probably be a will of some kind. Just mental fortitude.
I guess not too bright, so that's not gonna happen.
I probably the lowest will here.
I could do a lore check. Would that count? If I could recognize his puzzle.
You could do a lore if you wanted some kind of hint. It's going to be difficulty 3.
No worries. I've read about this puzzle, and I would also like to attempt a lore check to see if, if it has a commonly used solution. If there's a common answer to this, if it's always the same kind of coin.
All right.
Lore. Superb. I got a 5.
All right. So with that, you would assume, knowing about puzzles and that this kind of puzzle would assume you had as many coins as you needed to fill in the slots, and that no 2 of the same coin could touch each other. So it should be you should be able to figure out with the 3 kinds of coin what the mystery one would have to be.
So it would be so they can't touch each other. So we got the 1 gold coin already there, and they can't touch each other, right? We have 3 different
Mhm.
coins, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
So it would be silver, coal, gold.
yep.
Does
Well, we would.
does
we
roll
could
20
start-
have like a laser pointer feature? Sorry.
Oh, if you go down to the little paintbrush, there's freehand, and you could draw things on the map if you wanted to show people what you were trying to say. There you go.
Gotcha. And then just Control Z to undo that.
Or use the pointer, highlight it, and then hit delete.
Oh, gotcha. Or I could just move it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
If you guys see me moving it, if I move it up and down.
Nope.
Only
We
when you
see
drop
it.
it.
We see it last. So if you stop moving it, we see where it is now. But if you click on it and
Oh,
move
I
it
see.
around, we don't see that.
I understand. So that means that you considering those rules, let me see if I can do this right. That means that neither of these can be gold
Yep.
at the very least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we can start with that. So you can have a gold here. You can have a gold, pretty much any in any of these rows. I think up to here.
Yeah.
So these can all be gold. Hell, that might even be the answer. That this piece might be a gold, but I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm not committing anything.
I mean, you made it look like it was.
Yeah, because then these could be silver. Oh wait, no, they can't be touching each other. Never mind.
No, nothing can be
Right.
touching.
Yeah, that
Yes.
doesn't work. Blank, blank, blank.
So
It's not that simple.
you just have to find a common pattern. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you're right that none of these can be gold. That's our starting point, is the fact that none of the ones around the gold can be gold, obviously.
So
Right.
the farmhand's got to take out a piece of paper and try to draw a identical table.
Mhm.
So what do I have to roll to draw something out like this?
Well, you just say you do it.
I do it, and we're gonna sit there and what do I have to roll to see what I have in my pocket? What monies I have in my pockets?
Do you have any resources?
I have zero. I would. I don't know. I'm a farmhand, so I probably have like seeds.
Yeah, you'd have something. Not necessarily
I'll
money,
pull-
but something.
I'll pull like 3 different packs of seeds, different shades. I'm no good at this, but I give the diagram to the I think the one, what was it, scribe that did it? The scribe, and I give him my seeds.
Careful how you phrase that.
So hopefully I would like help with the check to figure out this puzzle or whatnot. So
I don't think we can check it, friends. I think we got to do it. Someone's got to put their finger in the hole.
I'm working on it. Uh, and then gold. Yeah, so it's gold. I think that's right. You guys double check my logic there.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, who's gonna
Right.
put the
Correct
gold
me.
coin? Who's gonna put the gold coin there?
I guess I'll do. Can't wait to lose a finger.
That's the spirit.
All right, and as you put the gold
Oh.
coin in, go ahead.
Uh, what do I have to roll to put in?
Did I get disconnected? Hello?
Nope, you're still there.
Nope.
Yep.
no.
Oh, there's sound. All right. So as you put the gold coin in, the whole scroll that was on rolls up, vanishes, and twists around until it becomes like a paper ring around the person who put it in there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
A paper ring?
Yeah.
As in like a ring made out of paper?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Who put the gold coin in there? Was it
Me.
Ratcatcher?
Yep.
All right.
Oops.
That's fine. This seems fine.
There seems to be a paper ring around your Ratcatcher.
Yes, I've noticed.
Can you move?
I can move freely. Does anyone have like a sharp object?
So I want to use lore to investigate this thing and see if I recognize it.
I could cut off your finger for you.
All right, give me a lore check.
All right, here we go. Lore checking.
If I, as a,
Oh, dear lord, these rolls.
So you look at it, you scratch your head, you're like, no, this is not normal. Nothing about this is normal.
I'll check. I'll try to lore check, even though I'm terrible at it. Average.
It's probably magical.
Hey, it's probably magical. Just saying,
Oh,
you're
I-
either engaged to the straw, or it's definitely magical.
I know magical things. I believe. I've read about this.
I can describe them. Read
Yes.
all the books.
The common knowledge of paper rings that your 3-year-old made.
Well, my character can also create magic, so I feel like this one's actually kind of justifiable.
Okay.
All right, let's see what happens. All right,
5.
so the ring the rat catcher is wearing is an invitation ring. It'll give him a small bolster of protection from any dangerous magic here.
Ooh.
Whoa,
Man.
so it is a good thing.
Can I seal the ring now? The coin now?
So the coins have disappeared. They kind of got crushed up in that paper, and who knows where they are.
Oh, if we had failed, that ring would slice off. Oh, that's dark. That's cool.
Yeah.
So it was a ring. So it's a ring of paper on his finger, right? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, what it looks
Okay.
like.
It
Interesting.
probably just would have squeezed through. It's twisted,
That's-
GM.
Yeah.
I bet you're disappointed right now.
Not at all.
All right. Well, excellent. Let's not take the hay, maybe.
Hey, Blacksmith, come here.
Oh, what was
Can
that?
you lift this hay up, please?
Why?
I want to see if there's anything behind it, under it.
I guess so.
And you're just so strong.
Is it?
Give me a
I guess.
physique.
All right.
So if you're from a small town, you've lifted bales of hay before. This is heavy as hell. You get about an inch off the ground before you have to kind of set it back down.
I don't.
You're
think
doing
it's-
it wrong. The farmhand going through. You're doing it wrong.
Can you try?
I've
punching?
read about hay. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say.
Wow.
You're doing it wrong.
Mr. Google next to it.
So, farmhand, you start to lift and you realize, holy shit, this is a lot heavier than it should be. And you lift and you lift, and eventually you guys see the hay is starting to squirm.
Oh,
That's
God.
alive.
Stab it, stab it, stab it.
Put hay down. I'm like, there's something in this hay. Drop it on the ground.
What weapon would I have? If any.
What are you?
A rat catcher.
Yeah,
Can
so
I
you might have
release
like a.
rats?
Yeah, you might have a jar of rats.
On whim, you can summon Ratatouille.
Can I throw the jar of rats at the hay?
Yeah.
You realize you're doing the opposite of catching rats right now. You're releasing.
Oh God.
Right. So yeah, you. Oh geez. So you guys see the rat catcher pick up this jar and he throws it and it slips out of his hands and smashes on his foot. Take 2 physical stress.
Oh no.
Oh, Yosh.
That's bad last time I checked.
Maybe a bit, but you'll be fine.
Well, picked up a jar of rats, smashed it on the ground, injured your foot, and just released a bunch of vermin on the ground.
I command the rats to go into the hay.
Are we
Look
in
at you.
in? Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go for it.
Are we in combat right now, or we're just
Yeah.
trying to figure out what this thing is?
No, they're just trying to figure out why the hay is so heavy and now it's moving. After they
Okay,
tried to-
so
Can I put it back down?
I want to use a notice check to see if I can notice anything on figure out what that is, what's in there.
Is this hay a living creature?
It does not seem to be.
Gets its score.
So should I do the notice check or no?
Yeah, give me a nose check.
All right, here we go.
What's happening?
Oh my God! Wow.
You're doing it wrong! And I push him aside and I try to see what I can notice.
Well, first let's resolve that roll. So Squire, you're looking close, and suddenly there's a flash of bright light from in the hay. Take 2 physical harm.
Oh no!
Harm.
As your eyes kind of hurt for a second, and who else wants to go and play with the hay?
Just click on it
Oh.
on the. Sorry.
Hey,
No, just
blacksmith,
tell me what you want to do and roll skill. What was that?
Stop volunteering me.
can you give me like a weapon?
Yeah, you could assume you have a weapon, at least a dagger, if nothing else.
I
Okay.
will
why
roll.
not?
I will roll to play in the hay. No, I'd love
Oh
to roll
god,
a
this is
notice as well.
derailing fast.
Sure, I'll
Alright,
give
so
him a dagger. Why not?
All right, so Edwin, you look in close and you spot this little creature in the middle of the hay.
Stab it.
Is it cute? Oh my goodness! No!
It's a Pokemon.
What on
Right.
earth are you? Is that a Pokemon?
Give me a fight check.
Oh, no, me?
Whoever said they're stabbing it.
I'm stabbing it.
Oh, thank goodness.
The rat catcher stabbing it?
Yes. Okay. Thank God I have no bonuses in the fight.
All right,
Okay.
and you guys hear him raise his fingers. And everyone give me a defense check against this.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What the what now?
What?
You
Gotta
should have just
post
left it
that.
alone.
I just
So-
picked it up, that's it, and then you guys just wanted to like
I
Don't
don't.
you
I don't.
special effects me.
I don't have defense, so
So
Yes.
any kind
Would
of
I-
skill like athletics to get out of the way, or if you
Yeah.
have some way of using magic like some of your
Fight.
characters do.
I jumped
would fight
into
work
the
or
hay.
no?
What's that?
Would
I
fight
tried
work?
jumping into the hay.
Fight would probably not work on this ball of flame coming down the aisle.
Okay, so
display.
I'll use athletics.
athletic to dodge it, I guess? I don't fucking
Yep.
know.
Athletics to jump in the hay.
It's gonna be bad. I don't know why we had attacked this poor little hay
Yeah.
thing.
It's
That's
a
that's
thing of flame, and you want to jump on the most flammable thing in the room.
I would like to spend a fate point to use a touch of magic to create an aspect, and I would like to create blizzard to try and
All right.
counter.
So
Blizzard.
you spend the fate point, you create this cold aspect. You could reduce his roll by 2 or force him to re-roll.
The enemy, that is.
Yes, the magic rolled above there.
And did you tell us what his number was?
It was 5.
Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah, I will use it to reduce his.
All right, so it's down to 3. So everyone's rolls are against that. So anyone who got 3 or higher on their athletics dodging out of the way are fine.
Sweet.
Two.
Thank you.
So I take 1 more damage. Hi.
And everyone move either to in this zone where there's no fire or into an adjacent zone.
I'm moving this down here.
Yeah,
This
I'm
was
moving
not
to
a
the
very.
Why did Dawn attack the hay?
I have no clue why someone would have punched the hay, but all right.
No,
I think we
stabbed
should have
the
hired a
hay.
different rat catcher.
Why is it doing this?
Because you might be on the draw tool.
Oh, sorry. How do I go back?
The pointer at the top and top left corner. The little arrow thing.
That's pan view.
Yeah, it'll give you a pan or select options. You hit the select
Well, it's-
option and
Alexa, stop listening, you weirdo.
alright, and the little goblin thing as the flames keep shooting down the hall, but not quite to the hay, looks up at you.
Why you disturb my sleep?
What?
You disturb me. Why? Why's that?
I want the gold coin that you took.
What gold coin?
The one that was on the hay.
Can empathy work to talk to this thing?
What was that?
Can I talk to this thing and try to like calm it down? Like it was just a mistake by a. I
Yes,
was just
talk
trying.
to it.
It's a massive
Empathy, right?
Well, it's rapport to make people like you, but what do you say to it?
I tell it that we're sorry for disturbing its sleep. And the
Why?
rude awakening that this guy caused, pointing out the person that stabbed it.
Why are you here? It's not yours. Why are you here?
Well, we're from a neighboring village, and we went to discover why people haven't been coming into our town. Where no
Why-
taxes have been
why would-
collected, no one's came.
Oh, apocalypse storm came. All humans dead. All humans are dead. All gone.
What is the apocalypse storm?
Stupid king threatened.
Stupid king. Well, you see, our village is a very small village, backwater village, and well, no one's came through. So, well, us, band of riffrats and adventure, we had to discover what was going on. So, we didn't mean to barge into your home. We were simply trying to see what was going on.
In
Give me a
order to,
rapport.
could I
Oh,
give
sorry.
him an advantage for that before he rolls, or has it
Yeah,
begun what he's?
How would you go about creating an advantage?
Is it meta to use a rapport to try to create that advantage?
Not at all. You can try
All
to
right.
I
build
have 3
him up.
rapport and I have 3 empathies, so I'm okay for now. But do you want me to roll my empathy or rapport to talk to someone?
Let him roll his rapport to build you up and see if he can create an advantage for you.
Yeah, I'm basically going to try to kiss this thing's butt. I'm going to say, "Oh, you delightful, brilliant sir! We are quite besides ourselves with stupidity and misdirection. You superior being." And I will go ahead and roll a report.
All right, so you've created the advantage. So now the other person who was talking to him, give me a rapport check, and if Edwin wants, he can give you a free +2.
Okay. Rapport, and then I just add 2 to it?
Well, rapport first, and then after you see the results, you can decide
Okay.
if you want to use the +2.
Superb.
Oh, wow.
All right, do you want to bring that up to a 7 difference?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
And the little creature gives a nod and puts its hand to its chin.
Yeah, well, I guess not all humans are dead. I guess some don't need to be eaten.
He's like, if you're hungry, I got quite a bit of different dried meats in my satchel. Just kind of offer him to have lunch with me. I pull out a dry elk and some cheese.
And this little creature sits down and crosses his legs and starts munching away.
So he's like, now that we're all on
Humans good.
Yes. I'm sorry for the rudeness of my friend. He was just concerned since we have not been at that pleasant time in this little area so far, so
You want gold or you want help?
what did he say?
You want gold or you want help?
We gold or out? What would help our village? What would I know that would help us right now?
We don't know what's
Gold at the
happening.
moment?
We're really looking for information. Is really what
He
we're.
told us
asking.
that humans cause an apocalypse. There's apocalypse that wiped out all the humans on the other side of this wall.
But what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? Like I would like to know more about that.
I would tell
means
my-
that they made a nuke and nuked everyone.
I mean, if you don't mind, my line has can you give us more information about the apocalypse that's caused by the king?
I can't put it for you. But if that's what you want for food, I will tell you.
Sure. And if you don't mind, it depends on what comes out. I would okay getting us out of here too, or at least the other side.
I think about it. King said
Okay.
all wizards need to die. My master beside king need to die. Storm
Okay.
everything.
Interesting.
No more king.
How big is this thing?
So it probably comes up to your guy's waist. It's a little goblin-like creature. It's got red skin. It's got
What's
an
the
odd
biggest
voice.
jar I could pick up in a backpack? Store in a backpack.
Give me
Can
a
you not
resources
assault this
check to
goblin
see
friend?
If you have one big
You
enough for this
already
goblin.
assaulted him.
Okay,
I'm trying to
no.
make this.
I asked the goblin if he has any spare gold, because we're just poor adventurers looking for some gold, trying to help our small town.
You already made the request. I tell you about apocalypse.
So
Yes, I made the request.
I'll give you some.
I push forward and I use my empathy to try to explain to him that I would like him to allow us to continue searching this dungeon / place we're in.
He's interrupting the farmer and trying to get us the information we need.
And he looks
Greedy
up
people,
this
greedy
way.
adventurers. I hate them so much.
What you give me if I let you continue?
The farmer kind of like sighs and he's like, "I'm sorry for the conversation, but it looks like my other adventures had to rudely interrupt our pleasant conversation." I give him another piece of elk meat, another piece of cheese, and I get up.
And he gives a nod and starts munching away.
So, didn't we climb this wall because we heard someone screaming, right? And we were trying to find any lost villagers?
I think that's what encouraged you guys to come in here, yeah.
I think he's talking about that.
Can you ask him if he's heard of... Well, he believes all humans are dead, so I'm assuming he hasn't heard what we're looking for.
That makes sense.
Who else is here with him? Would that be a good question to ask?
I know, no, I'm
Yeah.
not talking anymore. That farmer's fed up with the people right now. He just sits there, opens up his canteen, and sits on the ground.
You made
So-
a friend. Good for the day.
I'm next to him. I can talk to him.
Yeah.
So I ask him, like, you know, we heard screams when we were coming in, and we wanted to know, you know, what caused that apocalypse to happen, that fire to happen.
Oh, my master started apocalypse.
Ooh, I'm having trouble understanding. My bad.
Oh, I'll turn off the voice modulator. My master started apocalypse.
Why? Why did your master do this?
Because the king banned wizards.
We must
So
find
we
your
banned
master.
king.
Where is the master now?
Probably sleep.
Can you take me to him?
It gives a shrug. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's
I
go,
guess that's
compatriots. We
following.
must find this.
Oh, imagine if we tried doing this by ourselves.
Yeah.
In here. But have
Okay.
to close eyes or trap goes off when you go in.
Okay.
Close
Thank you.
eyes.
Thank you for the information. So I guess we just have to kick open the door and then make sure we're doing it with our eyes closed.
What on earth is that?
Right, so you see a compact ballista.
Is that all?
Are we gonna go into the room though, or are we gonna go check that ballista out?
Well, I feel like the room seems to be open to the left here. I'm nervous.
Yeah. I want to try to
Oh.
do the little peeking into the room thing to see. Well, actually, he did say there was a trap in there.
You had to keep your eyes closed. Yeah, so peeking in immediately.
Right. Can we disable it? Can I use my let's see.
I mean, technically, you're not in the room.
Right, but we
With the
can we
speaking.
disable it if I have like a some sort of magical disability device, like a lockpick or something? Can I use my resources for that?
It'd be like a burglary check to try and disarm traps. If you're trying to do what a
Oh.
rogue could do in D&D, it'd be like burglary.
Oh, I
Okay.
can do that.
Yeah, I'm only mediocre, so if anyone has a better one than that, be awesome. Otherwise, correct me if I'm wrong. Any
Alright.
skill that's not part of your pyramid is considered mediocre, right?
Yep. So, Ratcatcher, you look this thing over, and apparently you're good with traps. There is no trap on this door.
Huh.
There's no way
Hey.
there's a trap on this door.
Hey, blacksmith.
Why did he lie to us then?
Why do you keep volunteering me to do your frontline?
Can
Yeah.
I?
Can you crouch down the door and keep your eyes open?
Is there a? Would a will check be? So if I'm trying to basically ask the goblin if he's lying, would a will check be something that I would use?
It would be empathy
Empathy? Oh,
against
definitely.
or
Okay.
deceive.
So I ask him. I'm like, little goblin friend, are you lying to us? And I roll empathy. All right, great.
No, and you can tell he's lying. Just go in room. Shut eyes.
Okay. All right. Sweet. So, geez. Okay. Huh.
What do you say, young squire? Does he tell the truth? Does a
He's
trap
lying.
await us?
He is lying. He says there is no trap, which is consistent to what our friend who detected the trap is reporting. So there appears to not be a trap. However, the crestfallen in me is pessimistic about the situation, and perhaps there is a trap anyway.
Hey, blacksmith. Can you
Yes.
kick open the door with your eyes open, please? I think everyone else should stand back, though.
Yeah. I can use some. Is it physique or athletics?
Physique, I'm guessing.
I look at the squire and say, aren't you training to become a knight?
That is a story for another day. For now,
Appreciate it.
Alright, so is someone opening the door?
Yeah. Apparently, I'm gonna kick it down. Is it physique or athletics?
Well, you can just open it, but if you want to like kick it down, that'd be physique.
just open it. Yes, that's true.
Come on, don't be a coward.
Let's open it with style. I'll go with physique. Yes.
Kicking is just opening like you mean it.
Oh,
Ah.
You don't mean it.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What in the...
Oh, you see it. We're gonna jump
Honestly,
back into combat here, guys.
Okay.
I'll go
So you
around.
see a much bigger version of this creature.
What are you rolling? Notice again for your initiative?
Yeah, everyone give a quick notice so we can do initiative.
You guys come back.
I don't see anything. I must be a bit of key at the moment.
Yeah. Which one is it? Sorry.
Alright. Notice.
Notice.
Trying to see where my party members are at, but I guess I can't see it at the moment.
So I yell at him. I'm like, you there? Are you responsible for the mayhem that's been happening in this town?
Mayhem? What mayhem?
The entire village is burning. Is it burning? I can't remember what the state it was in the beginning. Was it burning or fog or?
Nothing. No one was.
Your
coming.
village was fine, but they hadn't heard from anyone else for weeks.
And
All
so
the
there's
other
nobody there.
villages are gone.
Okay. All right. So yeah, where are the villagers? The humans
Where
living
is-
above.
Oh, I bring them in here to eat.
Eat them or
You monster! You must pay for
Or-
this.
What or?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
got
good.
notice for everyone except who am I missing here? The farmhand?
Debating.
Alright. But anyways, we'll start with the scribe. What do you want to do?
Oh, frugity. Okay. So narratively, do we know we haven't like started fighting yet, right? Has he moved in to start attacking or anything like that?
He definitely intends to start attacking as soon as he has a chance. Just none of you
Okay.
were surprised, so he doesn't get to act with that before you.
All right. Immediately acting quickly. Is this a separate? Yeah, it's a separate zone, right?
Yeah, this is a zone. This
Oh,
is a zone. The
I'll
chains
move-
separate everything.
I'll move a character to see the chain.
What's in
Right.
back? Like booze?
Do I have to
Barrel
be?
something.
Do I have to be in the zone to create an aspect?
You have to be able to see it.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so since I have line of sight, I can create the aspect in the room with the squire and the creature.
Yeah, what aspect are you creating?
I would like to use my last fate point
I'll
to,
notice.
to try to create
I'm
to
going
use
end of
a
the round anyway.
Fair. What are you trying to create, Scribe?
I'm trying to use a touch of magic stunt, and I would like to create. I would like to soften the ground so that, in theory, if the creature moves in towards the squire, he'll, if I invoke it, he'll step in it, and it'll be like slightly mud.
All right.
So soft floor aspect, I suppose.
Yeah.
And using a stunt, does that count as my skill roll for my turn?
That is going to be your action this turn, yes. You can still move a
Okay.
zone if you want.
I will not.
All right. Ratcatcher, what do you want to do?
I want to move in behind him.
All right. So you're going to have to move 1, 2, 3 zones to get to where he is. So it's going to be an athletics check of 4 or higher.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so you
Look at
slip
that.
in behind him. And what do you want to do?
I haven't thought that far, gonna be honest.
That's fair.
Usually think of your tactics before you're sneaking behind them.
Oh, good. You're there now.
Oh, not the scoundrel way.
So, can I jump on his head and, I don't know, distract him?
Yeah, you could create an advantage using either deceive or fight trying that way. Or stealth.
Matthew, I gotta take a phone call, so I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Oh, okay. You're the scribe, so it'll be a while before it
I'm
comes
the
back to
I'm
you then.
I'm the farmhand, so
Oh, shoot.
It's gonna take a while then.
I'm -1, so I think it should be a while. And then I also have to leave at 3:50, so I don't know how long the phone call's going to take. So I don't know if it's better if I just exit this combat.
I will put you to the side. If you come back, I'll catch you back up, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. If I don't see you, it was great playing with you. Good luck.
Yeah, good game too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the Ratcatcher moved, jumped on the head, attempting to deceive.
Farmhand looks a bit distant. Are you all right? No answer. He's gone comatose.
Yeah.
I think he's having a crisis.
Alright, so you manage to use your deceive the creature. You have a free invoke of distracted at some point during this fight. And we're going to jump down to Blacksmith. What are you doing?
Well, first I'm going to say this is a fine mess we're in already.
Ground is all muddy in there. The creature has the Ratcatcher on its back, trying to hit it in the back of the head. This thing just admitted eating people.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Oh, that little thing. That small detail.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to move into the next bit, so this one.
Mm.
And then
So I should note, it might not be as visible on the sheet, but this creature is in both these zones. So you are close enough to use fight if you wanted.
that was a question I was going to ask.
All right.
In that case, I guess I'll just fight it.
All right.
There we go. Crap.
All right.
What?
So now it's go.
What number was he trying to get? Would it help if I invoked my magic there?
Well, invoking your magic would mean he gets at least high enough that there's a chance. The creature would still get a defense.
You can invoke after the creature rolls also, by
Okay.
Yeah, so I can roll for the creature's defense. You can decide if you want to invoke. Did you want to give the
I
blacksmith
want
a
to
plus?
invoke.
I also want to invoke.
I want to give a. I want to. I'm able to subtract from the creature's roll, correct?
You can subtract from the creature's roll or add to your allies.
I want to subtract the creatures.
And I'll
Alright,
add
so
to
you
my
can.
allies if I can.
Alright, so someone's using the distract invoke, and where's the other invoke coming from?
My spell, the ground he steps on starts sludging under his feet and he sinks in a bit.
Alright, so we're up to a 3 difference, so it's going to cost 3 points of stress. So I check off that. And now it's go. And it begins to glow with magic and attempts to burn the one on its back off. How are you defending yourself, Ratcatcher?
Can I
This is
run and
fine.
hide in a corner?
Yeah, you could use stealth to jump off and try and hide from it.
Or athletics, right?
Or athletics to get the heck off of them quick enough.
God damn it, I knew I should have skipped what's it called?
Alright, so that is 4 physical stress. So looking at your sheet, you can soak up to 3, but unless you want to be taken out, you're going to have to use one of your consequences. So consequences work much like stress in that they soak up this damage, but they leave lasting effects. Like a moderate consequence might be burned hands.
Does
What
that
dice?
translate to like a negative element, like a -1 or something on a dice roll?
It does. People can spend fate points on your consequences in order to get a boost. So a mild consequence gives a +2, a moderate gives a +4, but if someone spends a fate point to invoke your consequences against you, you get that fate point.
Oh, interesting.
Now, also remember, you are a happy-go-lucky rat catcher, so you could invoke something like that for being quick because you're used to being bit at by rats to give you a +2, or to re-roll your die.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
Alright, so roll your athletics again, spend a fate point, invoking your high concept.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Alright, so yeah, still 4 points of stress to take. Depending on how you want to check things off.
Can we help him any way, shape, or form? Like I have something here. Protect the weak. You may spend a fate point to spend your physical stress for an ally in the same zone as you.
Or not in
Yeah.
the same. Oh yeah, we are.
You are.
Oh.
Yeah, you could take some of that stress if you want, or all of it. It's up to you.
Like,
That's-
so I can spend 1 fate point. Well, actually, I only have 1 left, so that would, if I run out of physical stress, am I still good before consequences? It's only if I go over that.
It's only if you cannot spend the stress you took or choose not to.
Gotcha. And the little numbers inside the physical thing, does that mean are 2 pieces slotted there, or is that just a number to identify that this is one of the 3 that you get?
What are you talking about?
So right now I'm looking at the boxes here that says physical stress, and inside of the
Yes.
boxes there's a 1, 2, and a 3. So I'm
Yes,
wondering
that's
if those
how much they eat up.
that's how much
So
they
a
eat up.
3,
Okay.
yeah, so a 3 takes out 3 stress. So with Protect the Weak, you don't have to take all of his stress. You could use Protect the Weak, click off your 3, then he only takes 1 stress. That's up
Okay,
to you.
that's what I wanted to check. Okay, because if that's the case, then I can actually can help him because it would leave him with just 1. How many points do you have left over, Ratcatcher?
Fate points or stress?
No,
Stress.
stress
2.
2.
Physical.
Yeah, I would need to. Well, yeah. If you have 2 left and I absorb 3, you only take 1.
Mhm.
Is my math correct there?
That is correct.
All right, so I'll do that. I'll absorb 3, and I'll lower my fate points down to 2 from 3, and then he only takes 1.
Yeah. Alright, so Ratcatcher, you have to take 1 point of stress.
So I'll describe that. Can I role play that?
Yeah, I want to hear what you did.
So I don't know. I kick some of that squishy sand into his face, so he kind of like stumbles. The monster stumbles for a second and
Mhm.
only lands a glancing blow instead of his full force.
And how does that end up hurting the Squire?
He tumble.
Oh, Squire. He catches his foot a little too close to the pit, and just really slams down on his butt, and somehow that just hurts.
Spring tailbone.
Yeah. So the rat catcher is flung off, but is okay. Squire, you end up defending him, and now it's the Squire's go.
My
All right.
savior.
So let's see. So I'm just gonna, since we're in the same zone, I'm just gonna walk up to him around, obviously around the circle of gooiness, and smack him right in the face with my excellent fight ability,
All right.
or at least hopefully excellent. I'm not gonna. I do have some. Oh my goodness! Yes,
Oh
definitely
my.
excellent.
Dear God.
All right, so that's 7. So that's the last of his physical stress and a moderate consequence. So at this point, anyone can spend a fate point against him to get a +2 on their rolls for anything to harm him. So this cuts deep into him. There's a big gash in its stomach. Its one hand is kind of holding its stomach in, while the other one's still ready to go. The farmhand has stepped away, so we're back to the scribe.
Right. Now you might not be able to. This might be too meta again. Is the only way to finish this through combat? Now that he's been wounded, is it
Just
mechanically feasible that I could try to talk him into not attacking us, or do you think that's beyond?
No, you can always attempt to do that in Fate. Stress is stress. So, like, a conversation or social trying to convince him would go against his mental stress rather than his physical, but he doesn't have as much mental stress as physical on a meta level.
All right, all I have is report, which I don't know if I can make him feel good into submission. So I'm instead going to create an advantage for my comrades. I'd like to. Now, I don't know how this works. My high concept is jovial master of the written word. So I was thinking maybe he would loudly, using rapport, just announce, "And the heroes began vanquishing the beast. It was weak against their mighty blade." And I'm trying to basically be their hype man.
Yeah, you could use rapport on that to try and bolster your allies' sense of confidence, or you could use provoke to try and bring down the confidence of your opponent.
Farting it up.
My provoke is quite low. I will try to rapport to boost them.
All right. So you're going to create a advantage high morale as long as you get 2 or higher.
And does the high concept contribute to this or not? Does that just indicate my
It
character?
means you could spend a fate point and get the +2 or get a reroll afterwards.
I'm out of fate points. Here we go. I got a 3.
All right, so you've created this aspect with 1 free invoke that you can use on any of your allies' rolls coming up.
All right, I'll call this aspect hype.
Done. And Ratcatcher, what are you doing?
I could try slashing the already gashing wound.
Yeah, you could attack him and then spend a fate point to tag that wound after to get a +2.
Yeah, I'll do.
Or a +4, it's a moderate wound, yeah. So yeah, give me a fight roll and I'll give a quick dodge for the... Ooh.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
foolish. Without a fate point, I can't invoke that advantage, can I?
Correct. You can't use your aspects without a fate point.
Oh,
no,
dear.
your hype, you mean?
I got rid of
For the aspect they created, yeah.
You get 1 free invoke when you create it.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you.
It's all good.
But I invoke it here to help Ratcatcher.
Alright, but the Ratcatcher has to get to at least a 1 to affect it. Are you sure you want...
No,
It's
no,
up
I
to
do
you.
not.
Alright, so Ratcatcher, you come forward with the stab. Do you have any aspects you want to invoke to try and change things?
Can I use a fate point because he has a moderate
Yeah,
constant?
you can spend the fate point to get the +4.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Alright, so you take your blade and it's holding its guts with one hand and you kind of wiggle that blade in and start slicing around. The creature lets out a bellow.
I was waiting for it.
The immersion.
And the whole castle starts fading away.
What? Oh my!
What?
But
You guys find yourself
uh,
coming over that hill like you were maybe an hour ago.
we got no money.
Does
Yeah.
that song come on the radio? I got you, babe.
Ratcatcher, that ring you're wearing has turned from paper to solid gold.
Oh,
Whoa!
And yeah, you can see the farmer field out here that you had seen an hour ago.
is it different or still the same?
Still the same, but that wall is gone. And you can see the farmer happily working on his little house over here.
That's my fun.
And
What the hell just happened?
Too much. That's what happened.
I write in my book, and the heroes successfully vanquished the evil and saved another life.
Who exactly did we save?
I know. I'm still like
You.
trying to.
We
I
saved
need-
you from your colossal mistakes.
Hubris.
Good point.
What? I'm still
Okay.
trying to figure out what happened.
so that
What?
was a quick sample of Fake Core. What do people think?
Yeah. I like the fact that the thing that stood out to me the most is that you're kind of creating this together, and you're basically, instead of being given like a series of items like you would on other traditional RPGs, you basically try to be creative and pull them out of your butt, and if it makes sense and the GM agrees, like it rewards creativity. In other words.
Yeah.
Well, there are rules for some items. A lot of it is based on setting. Like if we were doing a full campaign, we would have to have a session 0 because there's a whole setup of all the characters, the world, everything else, from what the initial trouble is to what genre. And there are tons of setting books, and each one adds different mechanics. Like I have one where basically you're replaying the Legends of Gods, and after every adventure, you're changing an entire region of the world based on that story.
Oh wow, that sounds so cool.
Yeah. There is another one where you're all playing pirates, and basically there is a treasure hunting system where it's depicting the scenes, and you're working against your rivals as like their own separate character sheets between each scene. I'm having one of those things, when you like, oh, I'm going to present all these settings, and all of them just fly out of your head. Oh, what were some of the other
Right.
ones? But there is dozens of different settings that bring in different mechanics. The biggest thing that changes is the skill list for the setting between these different ones, and usually one or two built on module mechanics.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a system toolkit book that, if I understand correctly, basically provides you, like if you wanted to have like a Star Wars type setting, that you could theoretically create that using the material there. Am I getting that right?
Oh, you could create that right out of the core book. There's a lot of dials you can change. Like, I lowered the number of aspects people started with and the number of stunts. Normally, you start with 5 different aspects and 3 stunts. And then you could spend your refresh, which is your starting fate points at the beginning of each session, to get more stunts if you wanted, but be down on fate points at the start.
So question: if in this scenario, assuming that like I'm a squire, right? What? Not having. I don't know if at some point during character creation you get some sort of inventory or kind of like define what you have on your body to know what kind of weapons and stuff like that. But how is it balanced for me? Basically, how do I prevent from being too OP? Like how do you balance that out? Like can I just say, oh, my family sword is like +5 or some ridiculous number like that? What would prevent that from existing, other than of course GM veto?
Okay, well, you have your skill of fight, which determines what equipment and what your capability is. Your master's blade is a stunt.
Okay.
And it has the same power balance as any other stunt. So +2 when using a certain skill in a certain way. So for this, it's a +2 when attacking with your master's blade.
Gotcha.
So if you wanted a powerful sword, you could take one of your aspects, one of your stunts, and be like, you have the master sword aspect and a similar one to the master's blade, which increases damage.
Right. So, but for example, in that fight, right, where I was fighting the spiders, and I said that it would be reasonable for me to have a crossbow. How can I turn that from a regular old crossbow to something that could do something like +2 or even higher? How mechanically, how would that work?
Place
You
a
would
bullet.
create an advantage action. So like say it would probably be resources, because resources like having stuff.
Right. But I guess like if I roll well on a resource, can I retroactively say that I had this really great crossbow that's a +4 or +3 or something like that? Like in other words, how does
Yeah.
how is that controlled?
The pluses are based on all the advantages you create give a base +2 unless you have a stunt that makes it better. And
Okay,
for that specific ruling, it really depends on the setting book you're using. Like if you're using just
gotcha.
base Fate Core, it's always going to be a +2. There are
Okay.
mecha games where you build your mecha components, and depending on the power of the components, between a +2 or a +4.
Okay, I see. So I understand. I understand. Does that mean that
Mhm.
that Fate has kind of like these kind of like something like a Foundry VTT, where it's a platform for VTT, but it opens up third parties to do modules to enhance it. This that's kind of like
Oh,
Spirit exists in the Fate system. Like, do
uh,
people go out of their way
Fate
to
Core is
balance
open
out?
license. Fate Core
Okay,
is open license, so you can release anything for it. If you
nice.
go to Evil Hat, yeah, Evil Hat Productions website, you can find the open gaming license for it.
Right. And is there a forum where people post these things, like their homebrew stuff, the stuff they've made for
Oh, well,
Fate?
there's a number of places across the internet. If you hit me up later, I can send you some links. I don't
Awesome,
have them
thank you.
compiled right now because I haven't been running Fate for a couple years, but I know
Gotcha.
I have a handful of settings for it because I had a group that really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Anyone else?
I think it went well. So my experience was all not kicking down doors.
That's fair. Like I explained, I got my COVID shot, so I'm a little lower energy than usual. I relied on a couple extra puzzles more than I usually would in running a game.
I
The
know this
COVID
is
yeah.
great.
shots put me through hell, so I give you massive kudos for running anything today.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, well.
I guess my
Whew.
next question is, can we do another Fate session or maybe even a Fate campaign? That's something we can do.
We can talk about it. It all comes down to time for me. Like I'm a paid
Okay.
GM, my free time slots are very limited.
His
Okay.
rates are
But
awesome, though. He is so affordably priced, y'all.
if you think
Yeah, no,
so,
I'm open to that. I'm open to that. I'm open to
like
that.
most of my games are set between $15 and $16 for a seat right now. Private games, it's by the hour and it's $26.50. But it's a lot of it is finding time because like I run 9 to 11 games a week.
Oh wow, okay.
Wow.
What
Yeah.
kind of just all kinds of systems? Can I find that out in your in your what is it? What's the name of the the page? Play, start play.
Start
My start
playing
play,
board
yeah.
games.
Yeah, it's Start Playing Games is where you can find me. I can send you a link. I'll put it in the Fate prep session.
Cool.
If someone
Thank
wants
you.
to throw it quickly on the what's it called?
Discord.
Brain today. I just put it on the Discord. Someone could throw it on the Twitch channel or in the chat if there's people
I
there.
just threw up the link to your Discord in the Twitch, and I'm about to put it
Awesome.
in
That
our
works too.
Fate demo channel right here.
But yeah, if you for public games, what I have going, I have a werewolf game, Werewolf the Forsaken, Mage the Awakening, Changeling the Lost. That's a private game. That's a private game.
I'm
That's a
playing in his
private
Mage
game.
2nd Edition game right now, and it is really fun.
Nice, nice. I wanted to ask you, since you mentioned that you were experimenting with a lot of TTRPGs. One of the ones that I'm reading. So I should mention right away, just so you can understand. I have some friends that are interested in getting into TTRPGs, and they've never played one. And so I've been looking at different systems to other than D&D to get them started. They and myself are huge Star Wars fans. But I don't want to use Star Wars's RPG, the Final Fantasy Flight one, because I think it's very, very complex. And I came across a system called Quest. I don't know if you've heard of it. I think the website is adventure.game.
I've
And it's
only vaguely heard of it. That is not one of the few systems I know.
yeah, it's I love the art. I'm getting the book just because the art is just flipping gorgeous. But it's basically like a simpler D20 system. In fact, it only really uses a D20. And seems to be a really friendly game that I can hopefully adapt to something like a sci-fi setting, like a Star Wars game. But I also wanted to kind of throw it in the hat because I know that you had a poll earlier for games that you wanted to experiment with. So if this is one, looks like
Mm.
it's something you might want to check out, or at least
Well, right now, it's not
review.
one of the books I'm reading. I know a number of open-based systems like are setting-free systems that you can overlay for any kind of setting.
Yeah, like Cipher,
If
right?
Cipher, I know. Fate Core, obviously. I'm just turning my head and looking at one of my bookshelves and seeing what else is there. We got. I guess I don't have my setting list systems up there.
Nah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, we
We
can
can
always
chat on the
talk about
Discord.
it later if you have
Yeah,
an
yeah,
interested group. Yeah.
nice.
Um.
I really enjoyed this. Thank you for running this.
Absolutely.
I of course love narrative-based systems, so this one's
Yeah.
really great for me that it's so roleplay heavy. But I also like that we ran it like a dungeon crawl, kind of, and it
Yeah.
worked great. But we still got to do, we still had that openness to try whatever we wanted. And as a GM, you were really patient and cool, letting us try whatever and re-explaining rules. So I actually have to go,
Wonderful.
but thank you so much, Matthew. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you.
quickly before you guys take off, if any of you can leave a review back at the Start Playing site, that would be
Yes,
awesome.
yes,
It,
yes, yes.
excellent. Okay, I guess we'll say goodbye then. It's been good seeing you all. And you want to get in touch, just hit me up on the Discord, and you guys have a good Friday.
Thanks, man.
Wonderful playing with you guys.
Have some rest and heal up from that shot.
Oh, no, I got a character creation session in a half hour. Okay,
Oh
see you guys
dear.
later.
All right. Bye. Good luck.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in for Matthew from the Warlocks Sanctum Games Fate Core intro. Um, it was pretty cool, and I think that we might look into running some of it in our server. Maybe, I don't know, that system seemed really interesting. So, if you'd like to commission Matthew to run a game for you, there is a link to his Discord in the Twitch chat, as well as a link to his page on startplaying.games, which is a paid Dungeon Masters website, or storyteller's website. It's not all Dungeon Masters. So definitely check him out. But thank you guys for tuning in for this intro session, this demonstration for Fate Core system. And tune in later this evening. We're going to be having the conclusion to our Artifices of Quartzoil Tower game. This has been going on for a couple months, and tonight is the epic conclusion. And during that stream, we're going to be giving away some dice because we hit our follower goal for the month, or not for the month, but just in general, of 75. We're actually up to 79 by the end of this. So we're giving away some cool stuff because we hit that goal. Our next goal is 100. So if you feel like watching tonight, and it is still tonight, you're not watching this on the archive, come by our Twitch channel this evening, May 21st, around like 9 p.m. Central, and we'll be giving away some dice. All you have to do is be there. You don't have to be part of the server. You just have to be there and comment Dice Dudes whenever the giveaway happens. So hope to see you all tonight, and thanks for tuning in here. Have a awesome day, everybody.